Hello, my gorgeous, thriving souls, and welcome back. Today's episode is all about what happens when you add a little bit of curiosity and a lot of bravery. And we're going to jump into it today. So, a couple of things that are coming through around this theme is really starting out with the fact that if you are adding a little bit of curiosity and a whole lot of bravery, then what that usually means is you're putting yourself in a position to potentially admit or look at something that you didn't want to look at or admit before. This is awareness, right? This is awareness of like the possibility that something, maybe a way that you acted, a way you behaved, something like that in the past could be something that you don't want to do anymore. And so for those of us who are here and on the healing journeys and are excavating the traumas and the patterns and breaking the cycles because we don't want them anymore for ourselves and for the children that we have, that we are passing things on to in this life, then we have been asked a lot, probably, to have a little bit of curiosity and a whole lot of bravery. Because it takes a lot of bravery to look at something that you didn't want to look at. Probably that you've been avoiding your entire life, or that you didn't even feel comfortable to like sit next to the idea of, in theory, or energetically be like adjacent to, like you were just like, nope, pushing that away. But a lot of what healing is not only having the bravery to just acknowledge that it's there. Sometimes that's all that you have to do. Energetically speaking, a lot of times when we're in that deep space of letting things go and allowing things to heal, it's not always because we had to feel all of it. It's not always because we had to get down deep in there, but sometimes it's just that you had to acknowledge that it's there. Sometimes I end up sending it a little bit of love, even if it's something I really didn't like. But at the end of the day, I think that is what helps it move through sometimes. And so if you have been in that place of a little bit of curiosity and a whole lot of bravery, welcome. Takes one to know one. I definitely have been there. And there's also a deeper calling here. A lot of us who have been doing this work and been on these kinds of journeys within ourselves, it's been very individual. It's been super independent. And for the most part, we are being asked to regulate ourselves. We hear so much these days about regulating your nervous system and different ways to do it. I personally believe that you might have a different thing, that you could do in the morning and in the evening. And if you're stressed and if you feel like there are different kinds of ways that each possibility presents for a person. And I believe that having different tools to be able to use depending what's coming up for you is the most helpful, because there's no certain person out there that has the perfect magic bullet that's going to work for you every time of the day. Every situation is pretty much going to be its own situation, is different. And sometimes meditation might not work for me because I'm not settled enough to sit down and meditate. Sometimes I need to move. Sometimes I need to get up and breathe actively. Sometimes I need to slam a pillow down. Sometimes I need to feel that emotion within me and try to figure out, like, pin it down, figure out what it is. And if you're able to understand that that's the process, then it gets you way further. Otherwise, you might just get stuck and think like, I guess this work isn't for me. Or maybe this person, this creator, doesn't know what they're talking about because this doesn't work for me. But I think that the truth of the matter is that regulation does not always look the same. And when you need to know what you need to do and have all the tools to be able to figure it out, then you are that much more powerful and you're that much more empowered. So congratulations to you if you are on this journey. The other part is that we actually have a quiz that's linked down below, and you can take that to figure out what your regulation profile is. So you can say, okay, well, this is a good place to start. And then if you join our community, you're able to see what all the rest of them are so that you can kind of gain those tools and have an understanding of what is the best way for you to regulate on any given day, any given time with no notice, just to be able to say, yep, that's what I need. So these things are incredibly powerful. Now, back to the healing journey and the fact that a lot of us, starting in regulation, right? You're able to access more inner knowing. You're able to access yourself energetically more if you are regulated. And so the regulation is really the very first part. So go take that quiz. The second part is you are then in a position to connect more deeply, not only with yourself, but with everything around you. Everything around you that is also part of this world is a helpful thing to kind of immerse yourself in. And usually this to me looks like nature, right? So I love going outside, I love being in nature, and I love watching everything from when it's raining and snowing. Like, I love all of those things. And they make me feel like I am connected in with something because I am responding to it. I love it. And that is one way that I know I am more rooted in nature. And for everyone else, it's up to them to be able to understand themselves in that way. As we as individuals have continued to evolve and continue to go on our journeys, that also means that we have been offered an opportunity to potentially connect with other people who are also in that place of curiosity and bravery. That means when I see another person, really specifically a woman, when I see a woman that has been brave enough to look at her wounds and continues to make changes in her life for the better, I instantly feel connected to that person. I instantly feel like there is something there that she understands that I have been through that no one else understands if they haven't gone through that and done that process and gone through that work. And it's a soul level connection. It's beyond our kids going to the same school and, sports and our kids playing the same sports. Beyond all of these things, it is so much deeper than that. When I can look at someone and understand that they have done these things and that they can look at me and understand that I have done these things, it's truly a deep soul level connection. And I, for one, know that we are meant to continue having these connections. And so if you have felt so isolated in your journey, I think many, many, many of us have. And I know that I talked about this before, but what I really see is just that we are these tiny little dots everywhere. And so many of us are growing and growing and growing. And some of us are putting up our pillars, like putting up our lighthouses for other people to see, like, hey, I've done this. Like, you can follow these steps. Like, you can do these things too. You're not by yourself. And as that continues to grow, I'm getting chills right now talking about it. As that continues, it's like a beacon being put out and people are responding to it. People have a soul level knowing that they are meant to continue either doing this work, moving forward with it, or spread it and teach it with other people. So connecting with others is the next step, and it's coming. There's so much of that that's happened through social media and through being online. It's really grown. It's amazing. But there's also a part that needs to come out that's more, it needs to be more deeply known than just like a comment and then getting replying to the comment and like a heart emoji. Like, that's awesome. Except we need to move beyond that now. And so I know for me, my community spaces have been the most transformational things that I've done. My meetings that I can have and talk and just sit in community with other people who understand, who have also experienced the curiosity and the bravery and the heartbreak and the joy and just everything that comes along with truly trying to excavate what we don't need anymore and continue to grow and expand and just level into that next plane of vibration. When you're doing it with other people, it's insane. It's so expansive, and it's meant to be so expansive in a way that's safe and sacred and supportive. And so I know we are starting a community here at Rising Within, and we can't wait for you to join if this resonates with you. If this does, then you're meant to be there. And if you have your own community spaces, share them with us because we all need to understand and to know. And I know some of them are meant to be small, some of them are meant to just have a few people at a time, and others are meant to be larger. And I know that all of those things are coming in with inner knowing and intuition to the people who are doing these. But I just want to say that a little bit of curiosity and a lot of bravery is leading a lot of us to some really freaking awesome places. And so continue to look within you and follow what you know to be true. And if you think that joining in a community and beginning to start knowing your way that you can be the most regulated and beginning to go on your own journey is meant for you, then follow here and subscribe, and also take the quiz or join us, because this is what we're doing and we want to do it with you. This is what you're into. That's what we're here for. So just like always, I pray you say, just like always, I hope you see beauty in something small today, and I cannot wait to see you in the next episode.